Okay, so this is video for lesson 11, puzzle 6. So I was reading through it real quick, and it mentions this program imports data from the states table and filters it. The top part of the filter filters to get only the states that have been added to the United States since the year 1900. Update the program to print the list of states that have a population of less than 1 million. Use the code that filters the states by their admission dates as an example. So basically, after I ran the code real quick, I want to make sure it was working the right way. I I noticed here in the debug console that states added since 1900, so I can see um, just by looking at the code that right here on line 19 is where um, the message states added since 1900 shows up. Then it tells the computer, go ahead and print the list, which is kind of a new list because the original list is actually state list. So what happens is, just like in the other exercises or other puzzles, we pull in a list and then create a new list. So right here is where we created a new list, state list. So we're going to do the exact same thing for the population. So, like we did in the last couple ones, I would probably just say take a look at the code, make sure that the pre coding or the things that have done for you already are not new variables that you need to create. Such as right here, we see variable population list. So we know that the new population list is the well, that's the original population list, so it's equivalent to state list. And we need to create another variable because we're going to have to print a new list out of, well, right here it is, small population list. And then we have another variable called population that's going to help keep track of it. So basically, I guess right here, if you look at it, it really is most of this completed. If you notice, the only difference is it says if year. So right here, we're just missing that little piece of code. So what I'm going to do is I just really need this little piece. I'm going to go ahead and collect. I'm going to have to copy this little chunk. Control C, come to the bottom here, and remember you're looking for that black piece, and then Control V. And I mean, if you want to, you can drag it up a little bit. So now the only thing is we have to change some of these things around. One of the big deals is the population has to be less than 1 million. So we're going to grab this and go get a different math block. Let's see, where is it? Did it say less than or equal to? That's the key question. Um, Population of less than. So always remember you look at your words because that's going to be a big thing too to actually determine what math block you're going to use. So if sorry, I'm looking for a little piece over here. So it says if year is greater than 1900. So if population is greater than or is less than, I'm sorry, 1 million. So this is another place you got to be real careful because remember 1 million has six zeros. So that's three, that's six. So right there. Now the other thing is we have to tell the computer we're about to append this list. So I'm going to control C, and instead of since 1900 list, it's going to be population list. And since we're basically using the same list, state list, we're not changing too many things. The only thing is we got this list from here, and I guess we're just using the exact same list. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is run it and see if it actually works. Hmm. Let's see if what did I forget? Oh, so it's small population lists. Well, this is what I'm printing out, so I guess what I'm going to have to do is change this variable to control V small population list. Um, Let me see though. I want to make sure there's a variable, and this variable is just a place. This is basically a placeholder. So what's happening is the computer's bringing in, and I'm pretty well no, because this is already here, so this is already coded. So basically, the computer has already been told to look at the state list length as a counter. Then it says state equals state list, population equals population list. So it says if population is less than 1 million, append this list and put the state. So that should work. Let me see it and run it and see what happens. This is states is fewer than 1 million. So the only problem is I can't really verify that. Let me make sure let me put a pause on it real quick. I don't want you to just sit there waiting. Okay, well, normally you really do want to make sure your data is coming out correct, but since I really can't access the database that holds the population, at least I don't think it can. Maybe there's a way to do it, but I went ahead and kind of checked the answer. And when I look at the solution, it's the exact same thing we created. So we know we're in the right path. It's just that I can't really verify the information at the bottom, but it did print something out. So go ahead and do it like that, and then and hopefully maybe later on in one of the videos I can explain where the data came from.